like Tom Cruise. Please, let me get down and blow a fuse. Acting fool.
Once called Carolina's Stadium, it now goes by Bank of America Stadium. Or more simply, the Vault, as we're here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the Buffalo Bills and the Carolina Panthers. Ryan Fitzgerald all set to get this one started. And off we go from Bank of America Stadium. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So first down from the 41. First tone of the game for James Cook. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends would get you.
Allen on third and short. Hits his running back. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. It's a pickup of 4 yards. And the Bills have a first down.
Making that throw into double coverage to a running back, I don't want to live off of that, and I certainly am not going to count on it. But give some credit to the effort it took to make that catch with a whole bunch of bodies around him.
And up from the pistol to Cook. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum to keep that defense on its heels.
Slot man in motion left. They give here to the motion man. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Moving the ball very well out of the gate here. It's set up now at the 26. And Allen will hold on to this. Nearly broke even, but the defenders followed that zone read well. It's going to cost him about a yard.
Well, he didn't hand it off or throw it, but he probably should have picked one of those two options. They kept some help by the line and tracked him down for the loss.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. Drops it off to Cook. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Allen from the gun here on third. Pulled in by his back, Cook. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Cook runs it in, touchdown Buffalo! The Bills finish up an excellent opening series. It's a James Cook touchdown. Well, no hesitations to start this one out, Brock. These guys came out slinging it. Seems like that's going to be what their offense leans on throughout this game.
Yep, don't see really.
And he misses on the extra point, so a good start for their offense, but not for him kicking it. Score stays at 6-0. after the missed extra point. He's still out there, and he's going to put it back in play. Jimmy Horn here on the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
On the return, the Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Panthers look just about ready. 1st and 10.
Come on, set. 60 red. 60 red. Set.
Play action now. Young. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
2nd and 10, still at the 28.
Set. Ready. 10 black. Flags blue. Ready.
Young working from the gun. Tremble with the ground. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
Back right.
Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 7.
Clean striker.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Right. White. Ready.
Young to throw here on 3rd. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. So no initial clapback, at least not immediately. Gonna have to play from a deficit for at least a little while as that opening drive stalls out.
And your hope here offensively is that deficit remains unchanged when you get the ball back the next time, because you do not want to be looking 2 scores down to start this one out.
And this doesn't just reach the end zone. He kicked that one all the way through it for a touchback. All right, Bills to the line now. 1st and 10. Cook trying this one up the gut. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Allen on the play action. Rolling out to his left. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Allen on 3rd down. That's brought in downfield by Kincaid. And they are finally able to get to him and touch him down, but damage already done as they pick up that 1st down.
That's good for Bills. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
And Allen will hold on to this. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And the Bills have a 1st down. New set of downs from 37. Shakir sent in motion left. Now the shotgun give to Cook. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Round 80.
It's Allen out of the pistol. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
11 yards. And it's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. And just like that, a really good drive is taken away with an INT.
Sure was a lot of promise on that series, right? That's a small silver lining for them at the very least, but probably won't be much comfort now. It's going to feel even worse when this quarterback watches the tape tomorrow.
It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. but that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. It's an early lead for the Bills. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this.
Ready up.
We're ready to go with the second quarter. It's Panthers football. They've got a first to begin the frame. Downfield, and he's got McMillan. And he's going to be down within a yard of that red zone as the stop is made. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's going to bring up a Carolina first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
The inside give to Dowdle. And he drives that plug backward on a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
Set, ready. Yellow, 22. Ready.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
Got his man. This is McMillan. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. But he's got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a first and goal.
Panthers first
22
down.
middle.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Black 40. Set.
We'll go with Dowdle on the run. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Ball at the 2 here for second and goal.
Let's go. Black, 95. Ready.
Out of the gun, Young. And he's got it. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers parlay the interception into points. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Ty Johnson now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10.
319. Go.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He was looking for Keon Coleman on that throw. And it sets up 2nd down. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there will be more interceptions.
And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. He felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Pushes it towards his running back, but it's going to wind up incomplete. That brings up 4th down.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Carolina offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Now Young. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
By a man, he's in the clear. And he's going to have this down at the 42-yard line. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
Finds him on the crossing route. And this is going to get them all the way to the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line.
Panthers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 13.
Here's Young again. Knocked away, that's going to be incomplete. Defender there, that brings up 2nd down.
Kate, it just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
Brought in. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Again, it's Young. And he scores. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers grow the lead to 7. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
On the return, here's Ray Davis. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Buffalo offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 26. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Hand off to Cook here, out of his own read. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. That's the rookie from Texas A&M who took him down. It'll be 2nd and 7 on the other side. We've reached our 2-minute warning. More coming up from Bank of America Stadium. Stick around. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Allen to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's taken down at the 30. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
A gain of 14.
Straight ahead, here's Cook. He's got it in the red zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills earn the chance to tie it before halftime. It's a James Cook touchdown.
Kate, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
The Bills are lining up for a two.
Allen looking to throw this. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. And he'll only just stay out of his own end zone, down at the 1.
Those defenders, they're just as excited as the fans when the offense signals they're going for 2. It's a chance to directly keep points off the board and really show some of that swagger that good defenses have.
On the return, here comes Xavier Leggett. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Black, 95. Ready?
Young looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. Not a lot of room for him. He makes it to the 34. And play cleaned up by Matt Milano.
Fight,
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
Hut, hut.
Young to throw it. Forced out to his right. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Got to cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Let's go now. 6, set.
On 3rd down, it's Young. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Working quickly here.
A gain of 6.
Series.
And the Panthers
Rail,
first
yellow,
down.
ready.
Sticking to the air, it's Young. Escapes the pocket. And all that pursuit pays off. They track him down and drop him well behind the line of scrimmage. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Well, a sack by any measure for a quarterback is such a failure. I'll tell you this, Kate, some of the most humbling tape that I ever watched was the sack reel of myself and trying to find an answer or a solution for all of them. But a sack of that length, that's one that no one's going to ever want to watch again.
Offense to the line fast.
Right, 97,
Gain on the play.
6.
Still brings up 3rd down.
Hut.
3rd and long for him here. Buys time, rolling right. He's going deep down this side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Looking for Teneroa McMillan that time. And that brings up 4th and long.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Takes this in at the 25. Just before halftime. They have him back there because of what he can do with even the smallest sliver of daylight. And for my money, Brock, there aren't many plays more exciting than seeing a punt return for a touchdown.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? The playground back in the day, right? You're playing tag, and you just can't get to that guy. He's just making you miss. Whether it is, I don't know, Devin Hester, Dante Hall, the human joystick, or Cordero Patterson, those elite guys, you just can't bring them down.
That one right down the middle. And the Bills jump in front now by 5. So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. Leggett with a return here. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Legets with a return here. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35.
Well, that's exactly the way you want to come out of the locker room to begin the second half. And really, Kate, this third phase of the game, the special teams, you just see the boost and the energy they can give to their team when they deliver a nice return to start this second half.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that'll bring up second down.
I'm not going to be surprised at all, Kate, if we see more of this. Just trying to find some answer, extend plays, be creative, try different things, because nothing really consistently has gone well for him today.
2nd and 10 now. Young's going to try again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Yellow.
To the air on 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. So a gain of 30 yards on that play. And that's good for a Panthers first.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that can stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes. And what a difference it can make for an offense.
That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Rush coming for Young. Complete over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
10 cycle.
3rd and 3.
Willing to throw here on 3rd. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers take the lead right away in half number 2. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Here's Young to the line now. His guys going for 2. They want to run it across. And he's into the end zone. Successful play there. That makes the lead 3 points.
Makes the score Panthers 22, Bills 19.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
All right, Bills to the line now. 1st and 10. Allen now on 1st down. Connects on the crosser. He will get this inside the 30.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll run it with Cook. Drops by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, the casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Short pass brought in. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Bills have a 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on the route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably but then go to work after it.
Here's a screen for Cook. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. Throws Cox, and he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, they didn't give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
He brings it in. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills grab the lead on their first series of the half. It's a James Cook touchdown. His third total score in this game. Ryland now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bills take a 4-point lead.
26. Panthers 22.
All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. He gets with a return here. This makes it up to the 25.
Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On the ready.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Right.
Out of the gun, Young. On the move, headed right. He tucks it and takes off. And they send him out of bounds as he gets this to the opposing 45. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside. Look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
First and goal. Here's Dowdle. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. He gets him 6, and that's going to bring up second and goal.
That run now has put them in such a great spot, Kate. You get a run like that inside the first and goal situations, there's a whole lot of confidence when you break the huddle.
Let's ready.
They go to him again. And his defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone.
Jack.
Offense in the hurry up here.
No gain on the play. Brings up
Ready.
third and goal.
Dowdle. And this is going to end behind the line. A great stop down in close. So let's see if they want to risk it now on fourth and goal.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Come on, set. Black 40. Hut.
He'll throw it. And he's got it. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers take a third quarter lead. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this up?
And the extra point is no good. So potentially a key tally kept off the scoreboard, Brock. Going to see how and if this comes into play later in the second half. Wasn't accurate on the extra point, but he should be able to keep this between the sidelines, hopefully, as he sends this away. On the return, here comes Davis. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Play action now, Allen. Brought in, it's his back, Ray Davis. And He will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he can do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
Now it's Cook. He's out in the clear. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Brown 80! Look out!
Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. It's brought in downfield by Kincaid. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Bills football. They trail late, but this game's still very much in reach. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. And send him over right.
Look out!
Now run by Cook. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
319! What's that?
Pressure coming. It's Allen. Escapes the pocket. And they're going to have 1st and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
And this is Cox. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills take a 4th quarter lead. Dalton Kincaid with the touchdown. Now Allen will lead his guys up to the line to go for 2.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And that's into the end zone, so they follow the touchdown by tacking on 2 more to their lead.
Panthers 28.
No dice the first time they tried it, but this time, Brock, the 2-point conversion is successful.
Just felt like they were waiting for the right opportunity to try it once again. Not only to make up for the first attempt, but establish a little confidence from this spot. And who knows, maybe we'll have a 2-pointer that plays a bigger role when this thing's all said and done.
They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31.
Down, set.
Play action now, Young. Buying some time right. Now he takes it. And he has it down near the red zone, just outside the 20.
Well, the field opened up, and he simply takes off. Even in today's NFL, where dual-threat quarterbacks are everywhere, it's not often a guy can rip off a run like that.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Ready?
Pass out quickly till he gets. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers come through to tie it in the 4th. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to. Oh, it's no good. What an extra point to miss. That was for the lead, and now we play on with this game tied. So now after his second missed point after the game, he's hoping to strike this one a little better as he kicks it away. On return, here comes Davis. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Buffalo offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Cook. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate. And that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Connects with the open man downfield. And he's out of bounds, but what a great play there, Brock. He's got him into field goal range. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's good for a Buffalo first.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
It's plays like that, Kate, that I'm happy I'm the color analyst and you and your spotter are doing play-by-play, because that was a massive humanity, a whole bunch of bodies to sort through for 1 yard.
Hits him on the out route. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
We send a receiver in motion right. We give here to the motion man. And the defense wise to that call there. Receiver wrapped up for no gain. 3rd down coming up.
Now beyond the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 15-yard.
A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Throwing from the gun. And this is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills take a 4th quarter lead. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker.
Chad Ryland to kick off.
All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Ready,
Young working from the gun. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best phrase, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
A 2nd down throw for Young. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
On the ready.
Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line.
Field, black. Set, ready, set.
Back to throw it. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's finally down to put a stop to this one, but a notable chunk of yardage broken off with that game.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
This is Legance working the left side. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Offense up to the line fast.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
Red, ready.
To the air, yet again. Young. Going for his back, but it's incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there, where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Down. 45, white. Set.
Looking to throw. That is caught. Hits McMillan again. And this does not get it. Looking short field, but the defender is there to force this 4th down.
It's now 4th down and 1.
Drill green. Set.
Desperation time here. Got his man. This is McMillan. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
That's good.
Blue striker.
Panthers. First
Squad
down.
red.
1st and
Ready.
10 at the
Here's
16
Young
yard
again.
line.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning.
Set. Set.
On 2nd and 10, Young. Setting up the screen. They're backed up. Not a stop they could afford, Brock, as this one loses yards. Bills opting for dime coverage for this 3rd down.
Let's go now. Hut.
Looking to throw. Oh, missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's 4th down.
That's one of those 3rd down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
The deficit is 7, so they have to convert here on 4th down.
Let's go. Black. Now steal. Black. Ready.
Now to throw. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. This is Cook on the handoff. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
2nd and 7.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Now bringing tight end in motion right. Again, it's Cook. He cuts it right. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And